Hi everybody, Shanna here with Chit-Chat Chattanooga, and my guest today is Cecil Williams, and I am so excited to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
Cecil is an adaptive athlete. We started following him on Instagram. I was really just intrigued by the work that he's doing and motivated by his passion for sports and competition, and I appreciate you coming to talk to us today.
It's a pleasure to be here, share my story.
So tell me, let's talk about your story. You are a native Chattanooga fellow.
I am
So you were born and raised right here in Chattanooga.
born and raised in Tennessee City, Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I love it. So tell me, how do you feel about Chattanooga? I'm new to Chattanooga and I love it. But you've been here a long time. Tell me, what do you love about the city?
What I love, I've been here 30 years. I love the community, entrepreneur spirit, the downtown area, all the beautiful mountains and
Right,
River Park downtown.
right. And being an athlete, you probably spend a lot of time outdoors training.
I love it. It's just hard to take your pick.
Yeah. And we're pretty lucky because we get 4 seasons too. But it doesn't get crazy cold. We
Right.
might get a little bit of snow here and there, but not a lot of snow.
Well, I train indoors.
You train indoors? Okay.
When it gets cold, I train indoors.
Yeah, oh, right, when it gets cold. I got you. But I noticed a lot of your races are outdoors. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So Cecil is an adaptive athlete. First of all, Cecil, can you tell me what that means?
That's an athlete, basically an athlete that deals with disabilities that participate in different kinds of sports, whether it's therapeutic, recreational, or adaptive.
Right. And so tell me what challenges you've overcome to become an athlete. You said you started in 2018, right?
All right.
He became an adaptive athlete in 2018, heard about it, got intrigued. And so what was your path to become an athlete yourself?
Well, back in high school, I ran track, so I love that. So a little bit before that, I was in the car wreck May 9th, 2003. So, leading up to that, and then I did the progress of the years. And I became physically disabled in 2008. So 10 years later, I found them like, wow, I still can be active. And I was just, I went to a hand cycling clinic, and I was told like, what else you got? I want to do everything you got.
So you're competing in all kinds of things. You have a bike that you compete in?
I have 2 now.
2 bikes. Wow. And you're doing long races.
Right, I do long races. I do 3 half marathons. I do triathlons. That's swim, bike, run.
Swim, bike, run. Wow. That's amazing. And so you just started this 4 years ago.
I started, yes. I started this 4 years ago, and then I just my curiosity was like, okay, what else can we do? And then I started trying different things.
So you're constantly growing and trying new sports or trying new activities that you can compete at.
Exactly.
That's incredible. So I saw on your Instagram that you are rock climbing. You're climbing now.
I'm rock climbing. I started rock climbing. I started in 2018.
That's incredible. So what do you love most about, obviously sports is something that was always a part of your life. You said you used to run and track and things like that. And now you're doing all of these things. But what is it about sports or competition that you really like? What is it that fires you up personally about doing this work?
For me, it's sports. It's something to look forward to. And it's something to push your body to the limit. And something that you can be like, hey, I did that. I did that too. And then you got medals.
Right.
And then,
You've won a lot of medals.
Yes, and I think for me, I like to inspire people. So even though I don't try to, it just happens.
Yeah, sure.
So I just I go out there, try different things for the first time, give them all, be like, boom.
I love it. I love it. So you're passionate about sports, you're passionate about training. How competitive are you when you're out there? Are you competing with yourself, or you compete with everybody around you? What are you competing with when you're out there?
First, I'm competing with myself. To be honest, I compete with myself. I always set the bar from the last race to be faster. So I can compete against myself, and if somebody wants to race against me, I'm like, okay, we can do that.
So you're competing with yourself, and you're like, I'm going to break my own record. I'm going to see how fast I can go. But then if somebody wants to play, you're like, all right, let's go.
I'll tell you, I was doing half marathon last year, and that's 13.4 miles, and we got like about 3 miles left to go, and one of my teammates passed me. I'm like, dude, where'd you come from? Oh, you don't play that game. and then I just passed him.
And you just took off.
I just took off. Just passed him. You know, but friendly competition.
Yeah, of course. Friendly competition is good. It makes everybody better, right? It makes you push yourself. You're like, oh, wait a minute, you're not beating me. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, yeah, you just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's funny. That's great. So if you guys want to follow his journey, he's on Instagram. The Adventures of Cecil, right?
Adventures of Cecil.
I love that. So if you get on Instagram, you can follow all of his adventures. He's competing, he's training, he's putting all these things on there. And one of the things that I noticed about your bio is that you are an inspiration, and I appreciate you for that. So thank you for inspiring us. Even when we just first found your Instagram, we were inspired by your work and what you're doing. But that's one of your goals. So tell me a little bit about that. Like, what do you see yourself doing in the next 5 years? What are your goals? Maybe, it could be within this competition and the athletic things, but also I thought I saw something about being a public speaker or a motivational speaker. Is that something that's on your heart?
Yeah, I want to definitely be a motivational speaker, because the reason why I started this, the Adventures of Cecil, that was to tell my story and to get myself out there. See, we need things that's gonna push us.
Right.
So that's what that's my baby. So once I did that, that's my foundation. Now it's interviews and public speaking, and I gotta write my book.
Yes. You should definitely write a book. I was just thinking that. That's great. So, the last few years have been difficult for a lot of people just because of, COVID and the finances, and it's just been a weird time, right? What would you say to somebody who's having a hard time today? If somebody is struggling and you want to encourage them, what would you say to them today?
Don't give up. Well, I want to take you the step for me. It's to accept it. Accept where you are. And then feel it, feel the emotions, and then do something about it. Accept where you are. And then challenge yourself. Set your little small goal, and then once you accomplish that goal, go to the next goal you want to achieve. And and I started my journey when I was 34. So there's no specific, you can start whenever you're ready.
Right.
And you have to want to do this for you.
Yeah.
You want to do it for other people, but you want to do it for you.
Right. That's good advice. So pay attention to what you're feeling, allow yourself to feel it, and then set some goals. Do something about it, is what you said. Find something positive you can do about it. Set a little goal, hit that goal, and set another one. That's good advice. Because I think sometimes when we're going through a rough time, we get stagnant because of fear or, sadness or grief or whatever we're dealing with in life. Life is hard, Life is hard on people. So wherever you are today, we would encourage you, to be honest with yourself, to see what you need, to look at the people maybe around you. Do you have people in your life who support you in your journey as an athlete?
I do. My beloved grandmother, she passed away in 2019.
Oh,
So I love her. She was my world.
yeah.
And you know, just have people in your life that love you unconditionally. My mentor, late mentor, Bishop Deputy Hunter, my mentor. My nephews, I have three wonderful nephews. I love them. My mother, she's my rock. You know, and just cousins, friends, and you know, and just the people I met along the journey.
Yeah. And I think that's something else to point out is just that, you know, we never realize too how much maybe our support of someone helps them, right? Just like your life encouraged me, and you have all these people encouraging you, like that's something that we can all do every day, is just to look around and see who else needs encouragement, and that may help us feel better too. If we're having a rough day and I help somebody else, right, it might make me feel better as well.
Exactly, and that's what I do. Every day is different. Like you said, life is hard.
Yeah.
But if, like you said, it takes energy to feel bad. It takes energy to feel good. So if I'd rather take my energy and focus on, hey, I can write something that's gonna help somebody else, you know, and then before you know it, you forget about your own problem.
Yeah.
And you know, and I challenge you this: listen to someone else's story.
Yeah.
And then you listen to someone else's story, you realize that, hey, what I'm going through is not that bad.
Yeah.
It too shall pass.
Yeah. And I think it's a fallacy. For some reason as humans, we think that somebody out there is living like the perfect life, right?
Yeah.
That they're not having the challenges we're having. But that's not true. Everybody is struggling in some way, whether it's they've lost someone they love, or they've gone through something traumatic, accident, or loss of a person they care about, or an abuse situation. You know what I mean? Like everybody has a challenge. Financial situations, physical situations, we all have challenges. But that is the best advice I've heard in a while. It's like you're gonna put energy into positive or negative, right? Might as well put it in something positive. That's really good advice, Cecil. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with me today. You are an inspiration, and we're gonna be cheering from the sidelines for you. And I hope you go far. I hope you get everything you dream about. But thank you for putting your energy into helping us today to learn something from your story. And I hope that you get everything that you want.
Oh, thank you so much.
Shanna Forstall here with Chit-Chat Chattanooga and Cecil Williams. Be sure you follow him on Instagram at The Adventures of Cecil. You don't want to miss anything this guy's got coming.